found yourself with a closet that's too full or a suitcase that won't shut, I have found a solution for you. Today I'm going to show you how to use vacuum storage space saving bags to give you some extra space. Now I got two methods I'm going to go over. The first one is the rolling method, and then we're going to go over a method using the vacuum cleaner afterwards. Now if you haven't watched my channel before, I make lots of organization, packing and some travel content. And over the last few months I've tested out these vacuum sealing bags, and today I want to show you my experience using them. So first off, we're going to go over the rolling method. I'm going to fill my suitcase, but you could also easily use this method for filling a closet or drawer or whatever. So I have 6 pairs of t-shirts and shirts, 2 pairs of pants here, 4 pairs of underwear and 2 pairs of socks, which is generally what you would bring for a short trip in a suitcase, I guess. So here is my little carry-on suitcase, and the way I use these vacuum sealing bags is by first putting the vacuum sealing bag into the suitcase so that I know how much room it will use, because when it is compressed together with the vacuum sealing bags, it will be difficult to squeeze them in if they're too big. Alright, so let's do this. So I'm just gonna fill up my bag here. So now that I got everything filled up, I'm going to take the bag back out, like this. And I'm going to close it up using this little seal that comes with the bag. Like so. For the rolling method, it's quite simple. There is this little one-way valve down here, so that when you start rolling the bag, the air will squeeze out on this side, but it will not be able to come back in. So let's start rolling. When it's almost full, I have found out that you need to put some extra pressure on it, so it may be better to stand up and put some body weight into it. Alright, so we're done rolling it up. As you can see, it's kind of a hassle to roll it up, but you don't need to use any tools at all. All you need is your hands. And it's fairly compact at this point. I would say it's about perhaps 1/3 smaller than it was. Just remember, if you're using this on your vacation, it's still gonna weigh the same, so watch out for that. Alright, let me show you how it fits in the suitcase now. Yep, about 1/3 more space. Alright, so that was the rolling method. Now I'm going to show you my favorite, the vacuum method. So I've put the same amount of clothes in this vacuum seal bag. The difference between these bags is that this one, it gets sealed off the same way as the rolling bag, but instead of rolling this, you use the vacuum cleaner on this little valve here, which will suck out all the air. Now my version of this bag does not have a opening here, so you will need a vacuum cleaner or some kind of pump to compress this bag. So for this method, same first step, we close off the zip here, like so, and then I'll get my trusty old vacuum cleaner and we'll suck the air out of this thing. So first we're going to open up this little valve. Alright, so let's get the air out of this vacuum seal bag. Wow, what a difference that made. Look at this thing. That's ready for travel. Alright, so let's try to fill it back into the briefcase. I think that saved over 50% space. That's pretty crazy. Especially compared to the other one. Wow. These space-saving bags really do save some space. I will say though that the one you have to use the vacuum cleaner on is probably difficult to use while traveling unless you have a little pump so keep that in mind, because you're gonna be able to compress your clothes before you leave, but when you get back home you may have some problems filling your briefcase. But compared to the packing cubes, I do think these do a pretty good job. You should check out my packing cube versus vacuum sealed bags review as well. So which one is better, the rolling method or the one you have to use the vacuum cleaner? Well, if you have to pick one or the other, I would definitely go with the one you need to use the vacuum cleaner on, if you have a vacuum cleaner available. Otherwise, this one saves about a third of the space, but I would say this one saves over half space, and this is just with clothes. Imagine if you have some duvet or some kind of puffy jacket. I'm sure you could squeeze it really nicely together using these things. The rolling method was a lot more work and it doesn't compress as well. It's very easy because you don't need to use any tools. This one you would need a vacuum cleaner or at least some kind of pump to fill up the valve. But I mean, this one saves a lot more space and it doesn't need that same physical labor. Overall though, I do think these are worth the money. They're pretty cheap. So if you're interested in seeing more of this kind of packing and organizing kind of videos, I strongly recommend that you subscribe. And yeah, head over to the next video over here where I do a comparison between packing cubes and these vacuum sealing bags for travel. So thanks for watching and I'll see you over there.